is your history with comics?
Oh, great. Well, I guess the biggest thing in our wonderful comic book world is I wrote the movie Captain America: Brave New World, and I have two animated films. I wrote King of Kings, or co-wrote King of Kings, that is also in theaters and I believe streaming soon. And I wrote and directed Sneaks, which is also out. Before that, I wrote The Princess and the Frog and Treasure Planet for Disney. I worked on Frozen, Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph. Had a good time there. And then before that, I did sitcoms like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, In Living Color, Rock. I've had a good time. So yeah.
And is
And
this
more
your first venture
as a,
into comics?
I'm sorry, as a comic book person, when I was growing up, I lived about a block and a half away from a great comic book store in Detroit, and my friends and I, there were five of us, would go and basically mob this store every week. And just kind of go through everything, and put our money together, and then buy a comic book, and then figure out who was going to get to keep it for however many days. So I absolutely love comics.
Do you remember maybe the first comic book that you either read or maybe the one that made, the first impression on you that made you want to continue?
Yep, Spider-Man. It was, I can't remember which issue. Now, of course, I believe I have, well, many, way too many if you ask my wife. But yeah, it was Spider-Man. It was just something about that book met me where I was. Like, okay, great, he's an awkward kid, kind of dealing with stuff, whatever superpowers and whatever he could contribute to the world, and all of that. I just really love the way Stan Lee kind of revolutionized the way comic books were. The DCU was great, but everybody, all those people were kind of like born with powers, except for Batman. And what Stan Lee was able to bring, and Kirby, of course, were able to bring, was this humanity to the process. And that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to do with Defiant, is to show the humanity behind the man. Here's a just heroic person in history who's basically lost, and we want to tell his story in the most dynamic way, and comic books was that way.
So is this your first comic book that you've worked on, or have you worked on other things?